Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're talking about my favorite beauty items from the month of September. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. So for those of you who are new to my channel, I'm a makeup artist as well as esthetician, and I now offer a one-on-one online beauty consulting service. So this is for any and all beauty questions you might have. Sometimes people simply want to pick my brain, or sometimes people have very specific questions about makeup application or finding the right foundation shade. So if you want to make an appointment with me, please click the link in the description box. All right, first up in my favorites here for September are these beautiful new Dior eyeshadow palettes. So for the fall collection, Dior actually skipped a fall collection and they just came out with a beautiful selection of new eyeshadow palettes. I picked up 3 new palettes from this new release. The first one here is called Denim. It is my perfect fantasy palette of blue shades. The formula for these new eyeshadows is astounding. It's extraordinary. They blend so well. They're so opaque. They're just wonderful, and they wear such a long time. There's no creasing, there's no transfer. It's really just a very remarkable new formula. I mean, I've been a fan of Dior makeup for a long time, especially their eyeshadows, but this is even better than any of the stuff I've tried before. A friendly reminder that these eyeshadows are part of the permanent collection. They are not limited edition. You may feel the urge and the need to buy every single palette. Trust me, I know, but I plan on just collecting these as I go, because these will be around for a long time. They're part of the permanent collection, but I understand. So this one here is called Soft Cashmere. It's so beautiful. This, I think, for me is just the perfect everyday neutral palette. It's a bit cool. It's not too warm. It has beautiful colors. I really love it. I think this is like probably the most goof-proof palette. It's very neutral and it has such a nice collection of satin colors and also a matte as well. And then we have Plum Tulle, which is so lovely, so girly and feminine and pretty. It's purple, but without being too dark. It's light. I absolutely love this palette. And again, these 3 formula-wise is amazing. It's really just extraordinary. If you've watched my review, I'm sure you've seen other people review these palettes, and I'm quite sure that the general consensus is that these are amazing, and it's true. Honestly, the hardest part is just picking which colors you want. I've gotten a lot of questions asking if I will buy the palette called Black Bow, because I definitely talked about getting it. I am planning on getting it. It's a beautiful classic smoky eye palette. I think I'm just gonna wait until it's a bit more in the holiday festive spirit, because to me, a black smoky eye is kind of quintessential for the holidays. So I think that is the next palette that I'll be getting. But if you have recommendations for other palettes in the new Dior collection, feel free to leave a comment down below. Okay, speaking of eyeshadow, I have here the Chantecaille Safari Eye Trio. Now, this here is totally different from the Dior eyeshadow palettes. It's also different from the other Chantecaille eyeshadows that I've tried. I'm thinking of the Hummingbird palette, or even the singles from last year, Lion, Pangolin, etc. This formula is very subtle. It's very soft. I actually really like it. Normally, I like really opaque, really flashy, bold eyeshadows. I love blue, etc. But I also really appreciate a really subtle, natural eyeshadow look. This palette here is definitely very easy to wear, very simple, very elegant. The colors here are not as flashy, not as opaque as some of the other colors that I've tried from Chantecaille in the past. But I've just learned to appreciate it for what it is. It's very subtle, very natural eyeshadow look. It's kind of goof proof because the shadows are not that dark. So if you like eyeshadow or makeup, but not too bold, not too flashy, a bit more subtle, especially I've heard a lot of comments from some of my more mature audience members. Like just in general, my audience here is more mature. Like I think the average age of people that watch me is like 45, but I do also have people who are in their 60s and 70s who watch my videos. And it's you guys who said that you really appreciated this formula because it's very subtle. It's a satin finish, but it's more subtle than usual, so it doesn't settle anywhere on your eyelids, and it just looks very natural and very light. But I really like it. I definitely wear lots of eyeliner with this and kind of smudge it out. And I just think it's really pretty. And I like that this compact here is reusable. So once I finish up with these eyeshadows, I can just refill it with whatever I want, different eyeshadows or even blushes. But I also appreciate that for some people, this may not be worth it because they want more color payoff. And then also from the Chantecaille Fall collection, we have the lip veil here in Acacia. Talk about a stunning lipstick. Oh my goodness. It's just a really perfect fall color. It's dark, but it's not too dark. It has a little bit of color to it. It's just really lovely. And the lip veil formula is just so comfortable. It's hydrating. It also stains your lips, so the color will fade after a while, but you get this like stain effect on your lips, and you can just reapply this throughout the day. I know the predicament that we all live in. It's kind of tricksy wearing lipstick, but I wear lipstick at home. I am that person. I wear perfume and lipstick at home, even if I'm just accepting Amazon deliveries. I'm just like, I don't know, I need this to stay sane. So I'm wearing these even if I'm not leaving the house. I mean, I guess I'm wearing lipsticks, especially if I'm not leaving the house. But I did wear this one day with a mask on, and I did not end up looking like the Joker, so that's good. But I also prefer the masks with a metal wire around the nose because I find that those stay further away from the face and I feel like I'm less suffocated. So I think those masks are better for lipstick wear. And then next up we have a foundation. I'm just realizing now most of my favorites from this month are new. I mean, I have a couple here that are older favorites, but a lot of these are just new items. So this here is the Chanel Les Beiges Healthy Glow Foundation, Hydration and Longwear. And I'm in the shade B30. So this is a new addition to the Chanel foundation line. This is very lightweight, very natural. It's definitely in the light to medium category, more towards light, but you can build it up. It offers a really nice luminous effect. I think if you have normal, dry or dehydrated skin or even mature skin, this is definitely for you because that luminosity, that radiance kind of stays with you all day. I think if you have more oily skin, this may not be for you. So apparently the Les Beiges foundation existed beforehand, but this is a total 180. The foundation formula is totally different. The original, I believe, was more matte and more suitable for oily skin types. This is literally the opposite. That being said, I have dehydrated skin and I always gravitate towards more luminous, more radiant, more hydrating, and it actually does provide hydration and long wear throughout the day. I was really skeptical. I was like, yeah, that's just like marketing, etc. But it does look luminous and hydrated throughout the day. It does not settle into fine lines. It does not pick up on texture, and it actually holds up. It held up to a mask as well. So it's long wearing and hydrating. So if you like that type of foundation, this is worth it. If you are confused with the whole shade range system, because there are a lot of foundation shades available for this here, if you see anything that says BD, that means it's warm. It's more of a warm undertone. And anything with BR is more of a cooler pink undertone. And then if it just says B30, that's just like a neutral shade, and 30 is the number here for my complexion. Now let's move on to some lipsticks. So I have here a couple from Lisa Eldridge. This is part of the collection that came out last year. These are the nude true velvets. So the first one here is called Velvet Fawn. I think this is my favorite nude from Lisa Eldridge. It's really nice. It has the perfect undertones. It really just looks like my nude lips, but better. And then we have a Velvet Muse, which is a bit darker. It has more of that 90s supermodel chic vibe. And today I decided to mix a bit of both. I went in with Velvet Muse, the darker one, on the outline of my lips, and then a Velvet Fawn on the center. And I don't know what it is about these nude Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, but I always am compelled and feel the need to overdraw my lips when I wear these. Something about it makes me feel like I'm such a cool girl. I'm just like, yes, I need a huge pout and I need to just like overdraw my lips completely. But since it's a bit more nude, I can get away with it. Anyway, I think that these are just really lovely and they are just perfect for fall. I'm seeing all the leaves fall off the trees today. It's still a bit gray and drizzly, and it just feels like the perfect moody fall look. I'm sure you are aware that Lisa Eldridge recently did a new drop of a new collection. I placed my order a few days ago, and I'm quite certain that Velvet Muse and Velvet Fawn have been restocked. If they're still available on the website for sale or for pre-order, I do highly recommend these two nudes. Okay, next up are a few items that I got in PR actually. So this is from Givenchy Beauty. This is my own opinion, but I really love these two colors here. This is the Le Rouge Deep Velvet in the shade Framboise Velours. It's just a really lovely, cool-toned berry color for fall. And then we have L'Interdit, which is my favorite shade because it's a classic red. I love red lipstick. I love a cool-toned red, a warm-toned red. Any red will do. And they have the most beautiful packaging. It's velvet or velour, and they just pop off like this, and you can mix and match. You can buy different caps. I just love everything about these. I love this decadent packaging here with the velvet cap. I love the colors, especially L'Interdit. Okay, moving on to our next segment here, we're going to talk about fragrance. So I received the Givenchy L'Interdit perfume. This is the eau de parfum, and this is the intense version as well. This also was PR, but it's my own thoughts and opinions here. This is a oriental floral fragrance. If you like vanilla, and tonka bean in your perfume, you will like this. This is decadent, it's very gourmand, it smells sweet, but not in a sickly sweet, just in a very luxurious way. There's also some balsamic in there too, but it smells like a balsamic reduction, not balsamic vinegar, but balsamic that's been reduced into a thick syrup consistency. There's definitely some white florals in here. You don't smell any rose or anything heavy like that. I think there's a little bit of orange blossom, which is floral and a little bit sweet as well. It's just a really nice perfume. So since it's a bit tricky to buy perfumes and try perfumes at the moment, if you have the Chanel Coco Noir Eau de Parfum, I think you would like this, as well as the Dior Addict perfume. If you have either one of these, I think you will love this one here. Okay, and next up are these two precious samples that I've been hoarding for quite some time. This is from Killian, Love Don't Be Shy. This is the Eau de Parfum version. So I have a few more of these samples rolling around, but since it's fall, since it's getting to be colder and cozier weather, this is definitely perfect for that. So this is a much sweeter version than the Givenchy L'Interdit. They're both in the gourmand category, but this smells sweet. It smells sweet and powdery. It almost smells like a sugary perfume. It also smells very powdery. It reminds me of a piece of bubblegum. You know when you unwrap a piece of bubblegum and you have this powdery piece of paper, that smell? This is what it smells like. but there's some vanilla in here, a bit of caramel. There's a lot of flowers in here too. I think there's rose, I think some iris, maybe some honeysuckle. So it's floral and very, very sweet. It's in the gourmand category, but it's more of a sugary sweet than anything else. Allegedly, this is the perfume that Rihanna wears, the singer, and apparently she is supposed to always smell amazing. I think in order to appreciate this perfume, you really have to like sugary scents because it does smell very sweet, but there is that complexity with the flower notes and the different accords, but it's definitely a more decadent, gourmand, sugary perfume. I think it's perfect for this season, but apparently Rihanna wears it 365 days a year. Okay, last but not least, we have the Tom Ford Black Orchid Eau de Parfum. Now, this is a perfume. I think this is a perfume that could easily wear you if you don't pay attention. So this is a very warm and spicy fragrance. You almost smell a bit of chocolate in here, but not milk chocolate, not even dark chocolate. Almost like a spicy chocolate. There's also some vanilla. I like vanilla in my perfumes. It smells a bit woody, like actual wood and musk, with a bit of balsamic, but again, it's that more complex balsamic scent. It's not the vinegar. It's like a rich, thick, syrupy balsamic reduction. And it also smells a bit sweet. That balsamic reduction mixed with the spicy chocolate add a bit of sweetness, but it's definitely not as sweet as Killian Love Don't Be Shy. Like, it's not that level of sugariness. You also have orchid and gardenia in the floral note category, but you also have musk, amber, and I think incense as well. Yeah, incense. It's a very, very sexy fragrance. It's also quite mysterious and sexy. It's very overt in its sexiness. I mean, it's Tom Ford. It's not subtle and sweet. It's like in your face. I think, as I mentioned, this is a perfume that could easily end up wearing you if you're not too confident or too careful, but it's really fun. I don't think this is a perfume that I wear every day, but every now and then when I'm in the mood, I like this one. I think if you like the Chanel Coco Eau de Parfum, not Coco Noir, just Coco, and if you like the Dior Hypnotic Poison perfumes, if you like either one of those, I think you are likely going to enjoy the Tom Ford Black Orchid perfume. All right, guys, I think this is it for today's video. I definitely had some newer makeup in here, but also some old favorites as well. Lots of perfume because I feel like as the seasons are changing, I'm sort of changing my perfume preferences for the next few months as well. So before we go, please make sure you are subscribed to my channel because I know a lot of you who watch my videos are not subscribed, and it really does help me out a lot. Every time you engage with my channel or my video, the YouTube algorithm sees that as positive and will send more people my way. So please make sure you are subscribed. So I think this is all I have for you guys for today. So thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.